Hello, everybody. How are you guys? How are you guys? How are you guys? All right, so it's been a long time. I know I promised this video. Everyone has been asking me for this because you all apparently can't wait for this, could not wait for this. So, yeah, let's get into it. New York algorithmic delivery. All right, so let's go forward. Okay, so the purpose of New York. So, when London doesn't do the job of pairing orders with the required external liquidity pools, New York will be doing this job. Okay. This is usually seen in days where the Asian range is large and on days in which London is one directional. So the difference between the two is that London would be working inside of the larger Asian range, and London would be constantly delivered to external liquidity. So these are the main two differences in these scenarios. So in the latter case, New York will initiate new order flow. So more often than not, when London is one-sided, New York tends to either retrace, right, or it will initiate new order flow and go higher or lower. Okay, so that is only when the Asian range is large and or London is one directional in nature. Okay, so meaning that price is dropping since Asia, price is dropping since London, so it's been a continuous drop of price between the two sessions. So therefore New York will step in and initiate new order flow to the upside. Okay, and then you can do the opposite for the other scenario. Okay, so now you can pair New York with trading with economic news releases in order to take part in accelerated liquidation. Now that's something I won't cover on YouTube. It is something I cover in my private group, so sorry about that. So the reason why New York trading is actually kind of easy is due to the economic news releases. So the presence of the economic news releases themselves really accelerates some form of the process of liquidation. It prints large candles of displacement, which lead to break in market structure, which leads to new structure, then which leads to more trades in either the current session or the next day. Okay, so this requires some thinking in your part. How would you go about starting the trade finding process? So now we understand that the London opening price is usually 1 a.m. EST. Now with daylight savings times and all that, you know, it goes to 2 a.m. So it goes between the two. All right, so you have to see where you are. The New York opening price is at 7:30 a.m. EST, not 7 a.m. for my studies of the settlement process. But New York starts at 7 a.m. So the actual New York session starts at 7 a.m. EST. The New York opening price is 7:30 a.m. EST. Don't ask me why. Okay, it's only covered in my private group. So it's only that the opening price is seen from 7:30 a.m. EST. So the reason behind this is the CLS. Oh, wow. Wow, big words. So we start trading after 8:30 a.m. EST to be in line with whatever the news events at that time has in store for us. Okay, because if you trade before the news, it's a 50-50 chance. You might be right, you might be wrong. But if you wait until after 8:30, once the news has released, right, you are free from that manipulation. Or if price does indeed go in your direction, you can always get back in on the retracement, because that the retracement itself is algorithmic in nature in terms of price delivery to the upside or the downside. Okay, so this is the optimal, or this is the most optimal period in which there's the most level of activity in the market for any US denominated asset class. Right? So the period between 7:30 a.m. EST and 8:30 a.m. EST is to be used to map structure and derive trade ideas heading into the actual trading time interval. So I call this time-based structure. So between 7:30 a.m. EST and 8:30 a.m. EST, I'm looking for structure to form. I'm looking for price to go into a POI and all that good stuff so that I can start executing after 8:30 a.m. Okay. All right. So the algorithmic step-by-step delivery. Number one, look at where price opens at 7:30 a.m. EST. Observe price until 8:30 a.m. EST. Ask yourself, did price raid an important liquidity pool, or did price reach a bullish or a bearish point of interest? It can be a fair value gap, it can be an order block, it can be whatever you trade. All right. Then ask yourself, is the current or incoming delivery profile a continuation or a reversal profile? Hint, hint, I'm not going to discuss it on YouTube. After that, you proceed with sound risk management. All right. So the summary of things is, now you have to understand New York's intention, right? So New York's intention is to either completely reverse the current day's price action or current day's price delivery, or continue the current day's price delivery based on how price has behaved from Asia to London. Okay, from Asia to London. All right. So now if I show you a few examples, right? So if I show you this example, if you look at, let me just zoom out 1 hour. All right. So the 1 hour chart, look at gold. All right, so gold, trending Asia, trending London, continuation New York. How do you know it's continuation? Price drops down into a gap, trades higher. Rejection, trades higher. So that's how you know that it's possible. Now look at this. Large range Asia, do we get a continuation down for London? No, we get a continuation up. So most likely going to get a what? Retracement to go higher. Large range Asia, large range London, New York does what? Reverses the order flow. Small range Asia, large range London, New York does what? Retraces to sell off. Initiates new order flow. London close is over here, so there's a separate profile for London close. So London close starts here, but New York initiated new order flow here, bullish order flow. Okay. This week, large range Asia, large range London, New York initiates new order flow. Large range Asia, large range London, which goes both ways. So it's neutralized. It's neutralized. What will New York do? This is a tricky one, right? Because technically speaking, the trend between Asia to London was up. So what will New York do? It will most likely trigger new order flow to the downside. Which is why I'm in the sell. Which is why I am in the sell. Okay. See a few more. Okay, these videos. Right, let's look at this week here. Small range Asia, large range London. What happens? USA or New York session initiates new order flow to the downside. And then this happens. Small range Asia, small range London, so it's effectively cancelling each other out, right? Continuation, New York. Why? This went one way, this went the other way. So is it continuous movement? No, it's up and down. So we have to see what's up, right? New York starts in this candle. New York open is also in this candle. And from here onwards, you can look for a trade, depending on context, how you derive this buy or sell decision. Trending Asia, trending London. What's going to happen next? New York onwards is going to set what? Bearish order flow. Boom. Trending Asia, trending London to this what? To a retracement, right? It's the fact that ending London gave us a retracement, or London lunch gave us a retracement, right? We are looking at a continuation. Why? Because London lunch also did not continue the move down. It actually went up to rebalance all whatever is over here, or to mitigate or induce whatever is over here. Okay. Therefore, it goes down, right? So it goes down like this, goes into a POI, and then it starts a new move back up. Because at the end of the day, just because we have these delivery profiles in terms of the sessions, we can't forget that there is always a draw on liquidity, right? So this was a draw on liquidity. Whatever was over here, that's a draw on liquidity, and price just dropped. So guys, that's all I have for you. All right, so you can see one that's happening live over here. So Menti was over there. Any techniques won't be discussed on YouTube, or will they? I don't know. Let's see. All right, guys. So that's all for today. That's all for this video. New York is pretty simple, so you guys really don't need a lot of explanation. If you understand the Asian and London algorithmic delivery, you can 100% be able to understand New York algorithmic delivery through whatever vague explanation I gave. All right, guys. So with that, I'm done for this video. If you like this, definitely please do give it a like, comment, and also subscribe if you haven't already. It will go a long way in helping my channel grow. Now you might say, why do you care? I mean, I just hit 1.1k subs, so it feels good to see the number increasing. All right. So, yeah, do subscribe. And if you have any questions, I'm free on Telegram, Instagram. I won't be answering, all these questions on the comment section because, right. So, Telegram or Instagram, that's where you can find me. And what else? Yeah. So, guys, remember, if the market is algorithmic, then obviously your trading should be objective. Yeah. All right, guys. So, with that, see you in the next one. Bye bye. Peace.